What's up YouTube? Surgical Ninja here, and we're back with another Lego video. So we're gonna be building the UCS AT-AT or AT-AT, whatever you guys wanna call it. I got this for $90 on the March Aliexpress sale in 2025. Things have changed now. There are tariffs and there's processing fees from FedEx and UPS. So there's gonna be some extra fees you have to pay. I'm just saying, letting you guys know heads up so you don't freak out when you look this up on Ali, and it is a little bit more expensive. So those are some things you have to be aware of. But yeah, I got this for 90 bucks on the AliExpress anniversary sale. You could get it even cheaper at the time with coupons, but yeah. Anyway, let's get this done. This is what it comes in, a nice destroyed cardboard box, but that's pretty good for surviving China to California. This is the G-Star or J-Star build. I think this is one of the only well-known builds for this set. And people say that this is almost one-to-one. There's a few things I saw that did not look one-to-one, and we'll go over it when we build it. But I'm excited. So a few things to note about this, I don't know what you'd call it, batch, I guess, batch of this build from the warehouse. These bricks do not have Lego branding, obviously. The clutch power. So this is a plus or minus 2. For me, it's a plus. I like that the clutch power on this set, or so people have been telling me, we'll see, it's really strong. So if you put the wrong piece in the wrong spot, you're gonna have a bad time getting it off. But I like it because I don't want it to fall apart, if you know what I mean. So I like that. Also, apparently there's no stickers. Everything is printed on the bricks. I wanna say that again. There are no stickers in this $100 set, this brick set. Lego can learn from that. Like, how is China, like Lego has to be doing all their bricks from China, right? How is the same Chinese factories doing a better job than Lego? I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited because I really wanted the set. I actually had the legit set at one point. I went to Disneyland and I just checked Marketplace. Someone had it listed for 400 bucks cash. And I told him, meet me later in the parking lot at my Disneyland hotel and I'll pick it up off you, and I did. And then I just kind of got FOMO because I was like, damn, that's $400. I came home and I relisted it for 700 bucks and sold it instantly. So I kind of been wanting it still. So this is a good chance to get it for cheaper, even if there's only a few things different than the set. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's get this build started. I'm gonna start arranging the little bags and we'll take a peek at the instruction manual. All right, here is everything lined up. We got 21 big bags total. These are huge. Whew. Chunky boys. Everything's nice and organized, just like a real Lego set. We got some big pieces there, just loose. And then here is the instruction manual. Looks not bad, looks pretty good, I think. I actually like the size. So one thing that's different, I'll just say it now. On the actual Lego UCS set, the studs show on the side. The G-Star is flat. I actually like this change. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like it being flat? Or do you like it showing the studs on the brick sides, on the panels? Let me know. This book is actually real, I'm gonna just be weird. The texture of the book feels better than any of the other AliExpress sets. And what I like is the instructions are big. Like, if you watch my other videos, these instructions are like half the size on the other instruction manuals. These are nice and big. The actual legit Lego manual though, they're actually double the size, so they're even bigger. But they do this to save space. But I like that they shrunk the instructions to make space in the book, so it's not super thick, but they're not super tiny like the other sets. So I like this. This is agreeable. Very nice. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's build bag 1 and see how it is. Also, here is my countertop. Getting rid of all the Christmas stuff. Christmas money to buy some real Lego sets. Just kidding, we would never do that. All right, so bag 1 has a bunch of other bags in it, other poly bags. So these are all the bags. We're gonna just follow the instructions and build them as such. Luckily, bag 1 does not look bad. This is just the foundation of pain. Okay, I wanted to show this. These are the first steps, are to build the minifigs. And they kind of, it's like a weird amalgamation. They're like a weird combination of clone troopers and first order troopers. Interesting. I don't like the new trilogy, but I will say the quality on these is actually pretty good. So you can see that the printing on the bodies looks pretty good. A lot of these Aliexpress minifigs, they have, these hands are loose fitting in the arms, or the joints are super weak. These are very nice. These are maybe a little stronger than legit Lego pieces. The top of their heads is open though, compared to closed. There's printing on the back there. So let's take a look at these helmets here. Not bad. They're just not stormtroopers, so I might have to pick some stormtroopers up on Aliexpress. But I mean, I'm sorry, not stormtroopers, snow troopers. I was gonna pick some up to fill the insides anyway. But yeah, that's how these look. These are the 4 figures included. It's up to you if those are downside or upside. All right, so this is bags 1 and 2. We are on page 20. I am pretty sure this is just the center of the AT-AT. So we got like these seats here. I gotta make sure they're nice and straight. We have cool little sliding door functions. So this door is just tension held in place. So you can open that, switch over here so you can see that. We have our nice little organization plates here, our fancy, expensive organizing bins. And then we have this back area, the tool shed. These are like little instruments. And this is pretty cool. These instruments come on this little sprue, kind of like Warhammer. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, so that is page 20 out of like 207? No, 214. All right, let's get the rest of these bags done. I just want to say, making the neck of the AT-AT right now, actually F this step. So boring and repetitive. I'm doing the other side of it. Oh God, it's painful. All right, bag 3 is just building the neck and the start of the head over here. Got a nice little swivel action. We have this clear door here that leads from the hangar to the head cockpit. And we have the little Ning Ning there distracted with the food. Penelope, say hi. All right, while everyone's distracted, this is the first gross piece I've come across. This is covered in some kind of black goop. Baby Theo does not approve, but this is pretty nasty. Okay, so this is the end of bag 4. It was making this contraption here. I'm assuming this is what the legs attach to. But yeah, we are at page 40, almost 25% done, almost. All right, so this is one thing I really like is that they do not do stickers. So all the pieces that need print are printed. There's no printed stickers you have to put on. Everything is there, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so we finished building bag 7, and bag 7 is the base of the head. The head kind of just tilts. That's the range of motion right there. These parts are kind of flimsy, so make sure you got a good connection point between this point. So this thing connects to just a line of studs right here. So make sure that's pressed in all the way. This line right here is connected to that. So make sure these are attached all the way in right here as well. That gap is supposed to be there. Wait, no, it's not. I'll fix that. All right, so bag 7, you do the sides of the head on both sides, and you do the side cannons, I guess. And then these blasters, these are blaster cannons. So these actually only connect, sorry, I should do this one, by this single, oh, that's Leia in the background, Leia. This connects by a single stud. So this is definitely gonna be a problem falling off. So I'm gonna do something very heretical. I'm gonna use super glue to put that on. See ya. All right, so box 8 was just building all these seats. And I don't know if you could tell, I'm actually missing a part, my first missing piece, because they actually gave me 2 of the same part. So instead of giving me the opposite end of this, this hinge, they gave me 2 of the same hinge part, so they can't fit, right? So that's my first missing part. And then the second part in that bag was building this whole wall here. So you built that whole wall, and then there's like a little extended ladder going to the first floor there to the other transport units. So pretty cool, I think. I like it. Looking snazzy. All right, so bag 11 is making this long leg of the AT-AT. And at that point, you are just repeating the steps and making these feet. I don't know why, but the back feet have a wheel in the middle, I guess to absorb its walking tension. This is pretty cool. This is like a little piston thing. It reminds me of the Warhammer 40K Titans. All right, so now is the repetitive steps of making 3 more of these stupid legs, and I'm gonna hate my life. Page 120, almost. All right, just finished second leg. We're on page 130 out of 217 it was, I think. We're like pretty much 1/3 done. And this is painful, but don't skip leg day. Well, boys, here's a lesson. Do not assemble your Lego AT-AT with the feet dangling over the edge. Okay, so do not assemble the legs until you're ready with all 4. I, for some reason, thought it would stand with 3, and this thing is not stable at all. I'm leaning this against a flower vase that's really heavy, and I had to shove the last bag in between so it doesn't move. Yeah, WTF, dude. Oh my God, you guys, we're finally done with most of the stupid model, or figure, whatever you call Lego. These legs are freaking painful. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Just kidding, I would. Terrible like that. So right now, like I was saying, the difference between this and the Lego set, there's a lot of smooth surfaces. I really like that. So I like this flooring, I like this, I like the seats. I like the Lego version is just a molded seat. This is an actual built seat, and you could recline it forward and back. Have these guys sitting here. I can't talk. So yep, reclines all the way forward or all the way back there. These legs, I'll go over the pros and cons at the end of the video, but yeah, these legs are terrible. All right, so bag 18 builds the main side panel here. You also do these 2 little smaller slivers. There's one there and one there. The connection for these is very skimpy. Like it's just one little Technic piece and a thin white cylinder. I don't know why they didn't just have you put a black Technic piece in here to pop that in so it's more secure, but who knows? But then here is the main side panel. There is a device to let you unlock this kind of gate, and this whole panel slides closed. So this lets you see, lets you see inside the AT-AT. It's pretty cool, and this is ratcheted here to give it an angle. Yep, almost done with page 175. Free me from this torment. And this is how it looks with that side panel on. Like I said, I actually like this better than the Lego version, the UCS Lego version, because it's nice and clean, a lot of flat panels. I like that from far away. It's gonna, from far away, if you're just glancing at this, you probably won't be able to tell this is Lego, just like at a glance. So that's kind of a positive for me. Like, this looks really, really good, in my opinion. Damn, you can see my reflection in it. See that ray tracing there? That's insane. Looking good, even though I have some stuff to say about this build. We'll wait till the end. Okay, we are done with the other side, and this is actually the most painful thing I've ever had to build. This is not a fun build, but it is looking badass, so let's keep at it. All right, so almost done, second last bag. We make these big panels here, and then we do this little top. This is probably the worst part of the build. So these are attached to little ratchet pieces here to give it that little slight angle. And it is such a B word to keep these on. And they're only attached by one single row of studs. Not smart. Whoever mocked that, you fail. All right, 21 bag is this last side panel on this right side, and the right side is done. So pretty much this is how it's gonna look. If you didn't complete the other side, not too bad. All right, so we are finally done building the AT-AT, and probably the most unfun build I've ever done. But from what I've heard about the UCS Lego set, it's the same. It's just repetitive, boring. So yeah, so I don't think there's any way around that. It's just a lot of the same, like the feet are the same build. The panels on both sides bilaterally are the same build. So it's a lot of repetitive building. But I think once it's done, it looks freaking awesome. Like, look at that. So here's some cons about this thing. Or let's go about the pros. So one thing I like better about this over the Lego set, I like all the flat panels. There's not a lot of Lego studs showing. Very few. There's 3 right there, right? There's 1 right there. There's a few here on the head, but besides that, these panels are flat. And I like that, so personally, that's a subjective thing. I like that for myself. Same thing on the floor here. The interior of the AT-AT, it's nice and flat. Some studs here to position some troopers if you want to. Like I said earlier too, these doors slide shut. There's a mechanism holding them open. And if you don't want it, you could just reach in there and take that off. So you can close it that way. These panels are all, so these are attached to this little single panel here, this little line, and they're only fit by 1 Technic piece and a cylinder here. So you could just pop that right off and you want to access the inside. Same thing on that side. Also the interior of the head, you saw me build it. It's all detailed in there as well. Look at that. Look at that head shot. Isn't that some great head right there? But yeah. Okay, so those are the pros. Let's go about the cons. Like I was saying about that panel that's just held in place by 1 Technic and 1 cylinder, I hate that. It feels not stable. And then all of these are attached by 1 hinge per brick. As you could tell, it's already coming off. And those hinges are attached by 1 strip of studs. So that is not very stable in my opinion. And you could tell it's coming off there. I need to press that back in. And it's the same thing over here. It's the same method. I don't like that. I don't know how it is on the UCS Lego set, but I don't think there's any way around that. And then you can tell here, because they're hinges and they're not very stable, this is not staying. This is how it should look, and that's how it looks now. Another thing, you could tell I have this piece here loose. So this will not stay on. It keeps falling off, so I'm just gonna rest it in there. I'll make it look nicer, but yep, that's supposed to go there. Same thing here. This piece is supposed to be attached to the underside of the roof, and it is loose. It fell off. So I do not like that. All right. Also, these legs are very like wobbly. I'm gonna just gently move it. But also the UCS Lego set is also wobbly. So I also think there's no way around that unless you went up in scale and made these legs thicker. But so if you wanted to make the legs thicker, you would have to increase the scale, and that would just be huge. So I think if you wanted to keep in the scale, there's no way around that either. Like, they're just gonna be wobbly. But yeah, that is the figure or model, or I don't know what you would call Lego. I'm thinking of I'm mixing all my hobbies together between Warhammer and Hot Toys. But yeah. Okay, so now we have to safely transport this to my office and display it on top of the safe. All right, we have safely transported it to my office. We'll zoom out here. Yeah. There's our Lego collection so far with our other money sinks. Yeah, looking fine, looking good. No, I was kind of iffy about it. I was building it halfway through and I was debating on just selling it and calling it a day. But after some research, The UCS Lego set was just as repetitive, and I think I like how the finished product looks here compared to the Lego set. So yeah, let's get a shot of it real quick with my Millennium Falcon positioned on it, because that's how I'll display it. All right, there it is displayed with the Falcon and the AT-AT on the side. I think the best thing to do is maybe get one of the Wicked Brick display cases for both the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT, and then just stack them on top of each other, because I got a lot of roof space there. Let's zoom out, let's show this off. Yeah, I got a lot of roof space, so I could definitely stack those on top. We also have the UCS Death Star coming in, so I have no idea where I'm going to put that. I even have these paintings. I have nowhere to put any of this stuff. I need to cut down on hobbies. It's like cut down on Lego, Hot Toys, or all this Magic the Gathering. Too many hobbies. I also have Warhammer. It's not good. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to check out when I build the UCS Death Star, the new one, like and subscribe and check it out. It should be arriving soon. It is coming from China. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.